Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good start to the week. Allie's class today at 3 o'clock is really something that everyone should take advantage of. Very practical tools in spirituality and connection and how to make the most out of these challenging times. That's at 3 o'clock. I want to share with you, I've had this experience many times. If we were sitting here together as a group, I would run a little experiment, but I do this with groups sometimes, and usually with a group of people that are on their way to Israel on one of our momentum trips. And I'll ask them, I might say to them, what is it about this particular trip that is attracting you? Why are you choosing to come to Israel with our, this group with L'Chaim Center as opposed to some other trip that might exist out there? And a lot of times, a lot of people in the room will say, because they understand that this trip has a spiritual component to it. And then I will I'll say, raise your hands. I'll ask the crowd and say, how many of you are coming on this trip because you're seeking spirituality, a spiritual experience? And almost inevitably, basically everybody will raise their hand. Okay, and then I say, okay, now please do me a favor. Keep your hands up if you feel like you can define spirituality. And all of a sudden, most of the hands seem to drop. So it's interesting. Everybody somehow intuitively, as human beings, recognize that we are seeking spirituality. I think right now, given the current environment that we find ourselves in, which is confusing and scary and so troubling on so many levels, we're truly seeking spirituality, and most people would say that, and yet for some reason we can't really grasp or define what spirituality is exactly. And the truth is, it's a very difficult thing to really pinpoint. What I'd like to do over the next period of time, maybe a week or 2 weeks, we'll see how it goes, is to try to work through and understand from a Jewish point of view, what is spirituality? What does it mean, truly, from a Jewish perspective? And what can we do as people and as Jews to become more spiritual? And I think it'll be a really worthwhile endeavor. So stick with us as we pursue the quest for spirituality together. And certainly along the way, if anybody wants to reach out with any questions or comments, I'm always eager to have some human interaction. Okay, have a wonderful day, everybody.